Greetings, everybody. It's your old pal Frank here, and happy Monday. Hope everyone's had a great weekend, and I hope everyone's week is starting off swell. So, folks, today we are indeed going to be taking a look at some backlog mail. In fact, I got quite a bit of it for you today. We have 5 PWEs and a bubble mailer, so 6 items in total. So, I'm not going to beat around the bush too much because we got quite a bit to get into today. But before we get started, there's 3 things I wanted to go over. First, the channel motto around here, and that is, we do not look at anything or open anything until we have our card of the day. And today's card of the day is one I showed off on Friday, and it is a 2010-11 Black Diamond Team Canada die cut of the one and only Mr. Martin Brodeur. Yes. Secondly, before we get started, I wanted to give out a couple of birthday shout-outs. First one going to the autograph fisherman, John Burgess. And secondly, we have a birthday shout-out for the King of the Green himself, the one and only Freedom Sufferer. Yes. So, happy birthday to both of you gents. Wishing you all the best on your day of days. And finally, before we get to cracking any mail, I find it's important to stay hydrated during a video. So I'm going to go get my usual bottle of water. You guys could do the same. And once we come back, I'll have all the cards out ready to go so it saves on time and not having to rip into envelopes and whatnot. And we'll get to checking out some cards. Alrighty? So, you guys sit tight, and I'll be right back.
2 hours later.
Alrighty, folks, I'm back, and as usual, I got my H2O, got everything out of the packages, and now we're ready to rock and roll. The only thing is, where do I start? Because, once again, we got a mishmash of everything. We got baseball, hockey, Marvel, some cars. Yeah, we got a mix of everything. So, I think I'll start with baseball. And then just wing it from there. So, we start things off with a 2023 base rookie Gold Cup card of one Mr. Adley Rutschman. A 92 Leaf Donruss Diamond Kings of Mr. Larry Walker. A 82 Donruss Diamond Kings of Mr. Carl Yastrzemski. Then we got a couple of 70s tops, or 70 tops, I should say. So for starters, we have Mr. Denny McLain, Red Schoendienst, and Mr. Luis Aparicio. And then we follow those up with a couple new additions to the 65 top set. So we have Hall of Famer Gil Hodges and Mr. Gates Brown. There we go. So, I know I've been focusing on the GPK stuff lately, but I think at the same time I want to start focusing on my 65 set again. I always get like that. I start focusing on one, and then I start seeing a couple cards come in from a certain set, and I'm like, well, now I think I want to focus on that again. It's always like that. Anyway, let's move on to some Marvel goodness. Specifically, cards from the 90... Is it 92? Yeah. The 92 Impel set. So we have Mephisto, Human Torch, a character I'm not too familiar with, Magus or Magus. That's cool too, because if you look at the signature on there, that's Ron Lim art. Ron Lim is awesome. He did a lot of the G.I. Joe stuff later on. We got Canada's own Alpha Flight. We got Cardiac, who made his first appearance with a fellow Spider-Man villain by the name of Carnage. And we got Zodiac, Beast, Feral, Cage, and Crossbones. Alright, so that's a few more to add to the set. Very cool. And actually, I have another pile of cards here that has a few more from this set. So let's get this out of the way while we're talking about Marvel. So we have the Celestials, and speaking of Cardiac making his first appearance with Carnage, we have Carnage. Then I got my first card from the 30-card 1994 Coca-Cola Monsters of the Gridiron set. And it's simply just Jaguars. I am trying to build this set before Halloween, because last year, you may remember, I did a reel every day with one of the cards from the NFL, was it Trick or Treat set or whatever. And since there's 30 cards in this set, I figured it would be perfect to do it for the month of October. So I'm trying my best to try and build this setup. And I got a couple people on Trading Card Database who I've gotten in contact with, and they contacted me back. So I'm in the process of building this set. So things should go well come October. And then we got two more cards to add to the 94 Flair set. So we have Nomad, and we have Daredevil versus Submariner. There we go. All right. Actually, I'm going to just pile everything together here, and then I'll put everything away when I have the chance. I still haven't put my stuff away from Friday's video. So, yeah, that's saying something. I was kind of slacking this weekend. All right, now, do we end things on hockey or cars? I think we're going to do hockey first and cars last, because these are pretty old. So, as you know, I'm working on the 0809 SB Authentic Future Watch Auto set, and I have not one, but two additions here to the set, starting with Mr. Zach Bogosian and Mr. James Neal. There we go. There's two more off the set. I'm only coming down to a handful now, and like I keep saying, they're all the big ones. And now we're going to finish things off on some 1953 Topps Wheels of the World cards. Yes, as I stated in my contest entry video for Brendan Jensen, I collect a bit of everything. And during COVID, when things got a little tough when it came to collecting hockey and whatnot, I ventured off into some other more unknown stuff and discovered the likes of, 53 tops, wheels of the world, flags of the world, trains and boat cards, space car, so much untapped stuff. And so that's why every now and then I get lucky and find a few more additions to the Wheels of the World set. And I have 4 here. So we have a 1909 Renault. And I mean, these cards are awesome. So they're right up there with my Wings cards, Friends or Foes. Those are awesome too. So we got the 1909 Renault. We got a 1910 white Opera Coupe. We got a 1906 Ford. And we got a what year is this? It doesn't say. So we have a Kaiser Fraser. Now, judging by the picture, that looks like a Kaiser Darren, actually. Boy, the weird grill. And I don't know if the Fraser and the Kaiser, the Darren and the Fraser were the same car, but if they were, something that was very unique about this car was how the doors opened. They didn't open outwards like your traditional car doors. No. Cool thing about the Kaiser Darren and probably Fraser too is the car doors, to open them, slid into the fender. It's very, very cool design. And I don't know why more cars didn't develop that style after this car came out. Maybe it was just too complicated of a design or what, I don't know, but just opening the car door and sliding it into the fender to get out, I think that is just super, super cool. But anyway, enough chit-chat from me. That's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed it, folks. If you did, you know the routine. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know what were some of your favorite cards shown off today as well. Make sure to dip on down into the description of today's video, as well as every other video I post, because there are a ton of awesome links down there to a bunch of awesome channels that I think you should be checking out if you're not already. And of course, before leaving, if you'd like to, though you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you'd like to, click that subscribe button, and if you do, make sure to click the little bell next to it so it lets you know when my videos go live. Alrighty, so that's it for me, folks. Hope you guys have a great remaining Monday. Hope you guys have an awesome week, and I will see you back here on Friday for everyone's favorite show on YouTube, the Friday Recap. Until then, folks, I say to all of you out there watching, laters!